Just give me more shins.
Hey guys, welcome back to Listography. This is our side 3 list of the Shins. We've already done our album ranking list and our top 10 songs. And for our third list, we're going to talk about our favorite James Mercer lyrics. I think he's a great lyricist. He's got a lot of clever and heartfelt lines sprinkled throughout their catalog. So we're going to let you know some of our favorites. We're going to do 5 each. And who wants to start us off?
I'll start. All right, my number 5 set of lyrics is from my number 1 favorite song, Turn On Me. He is a master of syntax, and his command of language is amazing, and I love how he can kind of ascend and descend syllables and kind of break up melodies in the middle of a letter almost. He's brilliant at it. But this, to me, is one of his more simple and just cutest lyrics when he says, "You had to know that I was fond of you, fond of Y-O-U." Love it. It's really catchy. It's bubblegum. It's great. Number 4 for me is from Gone for Good. I find a fatal flaw in the logic of love and go out of my head. You love a sinking stone that'll never elope. I think that one is really elegant and beautiful and truthful. Number 3 for me is Off September. It's not that darkness can't touch our lives. I know it will in time, but she's no ordinary Valentine. Great little rhyming, great hopefulness to that. Number 2, Kissing the Lipless. But you've got too much to wear on your sleeves. That has too much to do with me. I like it. I think he's kind of relieving himself of any pressure or guilt he's caused people romantically. I really dig it. And my number 1 is from the song Australia. I don't think this one is incredibly emotional, but I think it's devilishly clever, and I love the imagery when he says, "Faced with the dodo's conundrum, I felt like I could just fly, but nothing happened every time I tried." Really great. I mean, you can get a lot just reading the lyrics to his songs. He's just a master and one of the best of all time. So Australia, that little bit is my favorite piece of his lyrical writing.
I guess I will go next. Before I get into my list, I just want to say I also really like that line that you talked about from Gone for Good, but I think you should have kept going just a bit longer, because I think his wordplay right after there is really cool. I find a fatal flaw in the logic of love and go out of my head. You love a sinking stone that will never elope, so get used to the lonesome. Girl, you must atone some. Don't leave me no phone number there.
Yeah, you're right. It's awesome. I didn't want to make it too long. I probably would have just kept going.
Okay, so I'll start here with my number 5. This is from Caring is Creepy from Owen Burt. Oh, inverted world. It's a luscious mix of words and tricks that let us bet when we know we should fold. On rocks I dreamt of where we'd stepped and of the whole mess of roads we're now on.
Awesome.
This one, probably one of his more famous lines. I think people that are even just slightly aware of this song probably get this part of it stuck in their heads. From New Slang, Godspeed all the bakers at dawn. May they all cut their thumbs and bleed into their buns till they melt away. From St. Simon, Mercy's eyes are blue when she places them in front of you. Nothing really holds a candle to the solemn warmth you feel inside you. From Split Needles on Wincing the Night Away, I really like the lines. It's like I'm perched on the handlebars of a blind man's bike. No straws to grab, just the rushing wind on a rolling mind. Lastly, I will go with Pink Bullets from Shoots Too Narrow. Since then, it's been a book you read in reverse, so you understand less as the pages turn, or a movie so crass and awkwardly cast that even I could be the star.
God, they're all so good.
I think his lyrics demand to be read. And I don't think that's true for all artists. I mean, I'm not a huge lyric guy in general, but just looking through his lyrics and seeing the cleverness and the wordplay that he uses, I mean, it is pretty amazing what he does with the English language. So that brings me to my list. I didn't really put them in order so much. It's hard to rank. And I feel like, I mean, for me, some of it's more about how he sings it, even kind of in tune with the lyrics. I think they go together a lot in my mind when I'm picking out certain little pieces of a song. I think the way he sings it sometimes is just as important as the actual lyrics.
He has a really cool way of highlighting and accenting words that I don't think anyone else would, like in the melody.
So my list, I'll start with ostensibly my number 5. That's from Saint Simon. It's the opening lines. After all these implements and texts designed by intellects, so vexed to find evidently there's so much that hides. I think it's just really cool wordplay and kind of using the English language to slightly change the variation in the sounds of the words. Just very cool what he does there. From Know Your Onion, just the opening line, which has always stuck with me. Shut out, pimpled and angry. I quietly tied all my guts into knots. I think that's just a real nice description of adolescence, really, and growing up, kind of feeling like you're not part of the crowd. From Phantom Limb, I could pick pretty much an entire verse or chorus from the song. I love it all, but I think my favorite lines, the second verse, and they could float above the grass in circles if they tried, a latent power I'm known to hide, to keep some hope alive that a girl like I could ever try. I think that's real nice. And really, I mean, I could pick any of the verses. I think they all create a really vivid kind of portrait of, he's singing from the perspective of a girl. So I think that's a cool kind of change up. From Simple Song, another song where for some reason I really connect with the lyrics, and I think it's because of the way he sings them. Is my life in an upturned boat, marooned on a cliff? You brought me a great big flood, and you gave me a lift. To care, what a gift. You tell me with your tongue, and your breath was in my lungs, and you float over the rift. I think that's just really pretty. And then I'll say my number 1. That's not really in any order. From New Slang, gold teeth and a curse for this town were all in my mouth, only I don't know how they got out, dear. Maybe it's because it was one of the first Shin songs I heard, and just the way he kind of sings it has always stuck with me.
I don't think we had any repeats, but they're all awesome. I'm glad with all those picks. Kind of makes you wish that when Billy Corgan wrote his book of poetry, he called up James Mercer as a ghostwriter.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hit like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so that you're getting notified when we put out new videos. For Cramser, Joe, and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.